Good morning and welcome to YAP.
Morning.
Today I'm joined by the one and only Laura. This is my manager, everybody.
Hi.
How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing fab. Excited to be here.
Yeah, it was about time. A lot of people requested you to be here today, so
That's a lie. Literally.
a lot of people
no one
said
knows who I
they
am.
want the marketing insights and
That's
stuff.
a
So
straight up lie.
they got sick of my voice and they want to switch it up. No, I went gym yesterday, finally, again.
What do you mean finally?
Like it had been maybe like 5 or 6 days since I haven't been to the gym. So
right.
I went gym yesterday, and yeah, I'm locked in. I don't know. I'm going every day for the
What do
next.
you mean I'm locked in?
I say that
Goes
every other
once.
day.
Goes once.
No,
now
I'm
he's
going.
locked in.
I've made like a pledge or a promise that I'll be going every day for the next 2 weeks and 6 days
A pledge to who?
to myself
Period.
and the people at the gym. And I've told everybody about it, so I don't know. But no, it was pretty cute. Like Jack, the guy that works there, he was like, I don't know why he's like usually like tough love, like mean to me, especially just me.
Yeah.
Like he's the nicest to Lee.
Yeah.
And then just for me, he's like roast the shit out of me. And then he goes, it was so out of nowhere. He looks at me and Lee, he goes like, nah, guys, like all seriousness, thank you guys for coming. Like you guys made my job more enjoyable. I was like, ah!
That's so nice. He
Yeah.
missed you clearly.
So shout out Jack, shout out Jim.
I thought you were gonna say he gave you some words of affirmation.
Well, he did do that also. He was like, he kept saying, I'm proud of you. Like he never said, I'm proud of you like before.
He
And
was like, the tough love approach is not working. Mans hasn't been to the
It's
gym
been
in
2
6
fucking
days.
no, yeah, I don't know. Speaking of which, why are you not showing up to the gym?
I actually need to retire from that gym. I'm too far away now. I moved far away from work and this gym.
Fair.
So it's just not convenient for me anymore. And I also bought a treadmill.
You did. How much?
I
Wait,
bought
how
it
much
was
is
like
it?
$280.
Okay.
It was like it's like one of those walking pad
Oh yeah.
things that
Yeah.
people put under their desks. But I bought one on Facebook Marketplace when we decided to move because I was like, my house is bigger now. I can like do this
Yeah.
like an hour a day.
Yeah.
But I also need to go to the gym because like lifting weights is healthy for you. Like it's
Yeah.
the best way to stay mobile as you age.
Yeah.
So that's more why I want to lift. Like I
Fair.
don't really care about like building a fat ass or anything like that. I just want to be healthy, but I like want to do a combo of walking and some weightlifting. But yeah, flex. Sorry, you're just too far away from me now.
What a way to get dumped on the podcast. All right, let's jump right into it. Your attention, please. The best newsletter on earth. It's top 3. It's not 2 or 3. Subscribe now. Are you subscribed?
Hell yeah.
I'll subscribe. You should subscribe. All right, let's talk about it. How to grow your social accounts from 0. I low-key need this because I'm at 86 followers, right?
Yep. Okay. Well, this is exactly what we do here.
Yeah.
But I guess the way that Stan's broken it down, Stan and Soph have broken it down in the article, just makes it a bit more practical when you look at like building an account rather than building a brand,
Yep.
even though building a brand online and building one social media account, we would still use like a similar approach.
Mm.
You want me to break down the article?
A little bit, yeah. Just like, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so Stan takes us through a process of starting at brand positioning, which is like your brand's everything you speak to should lead to a brand positioning, and it's like your mission, vision,
yeah.
purpose.
The 4 questions that your brand positioning should answer is: who are you talking to? Who are you trying to? What are you trying to say to them?
Mm-hmm.
Why does the account exist, and what is it here to achieve?
Yeah, and those questions lead down to those statements that you would have. So vision, mission, and purpose.
Yeah.
And those aren't really supposed to change. So the way that our social media content is agile and always changing, those statements don't change, and they're kind of what you use as a reference point to make sure that your content's like
that's like
marks.
step 1. You have to figure that out first, and
Yeah.
then everything goes from
Exactly.
there.
Yeah, and then that figuring out your positioning is what helps you figure out your campaign, which is the show. So the way that we look at social media content at the Attention Seeker is we create shows on social media rather than just random content. So your campaign is the show that you're creating. So here at Taz, it's boss versus employee, like Joni and Stan, and their dynamic
Yep.
is our show. And the show is more of a broad, the show or the campaign is like a broad topic that you can create various ideas from.
Yep.
And the way that you know that you've got the right concept for your campaign is that you can create hundreds of ideas in a short period of time.
Yeah. Like the example they mentioned in the article is Duolingo.
Yes.
And like their big idea is making education entertaining. And like basically it's education with like, I wouldn't say entertainment, just like not taking yourself too seriously with education. So it manifested in the duo, like the owl itself.
Yeah.
So that's a character. And then how it behaves is the show about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the owl has its own personality.
Yeah.
It has its own traits and things that it does like on a regular basis, and you kind of know what to expect when you're watching
A Duolingo TikTok.
a Duolingo. Yeah, like just any Duolingo short form.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they post elsewhere, but even in Brazil, like when I was in Brazil last year and I was getting served content from the Duo Brazil TikTok account, which also has millions of followers, same personality.
Yeah.
Like the owl
Yeah.
is like it's same, not taking itself too seriously, like kind of sassy, really funny.
No, same.
character.
Yeah, there's a Arabic Duolingo, and
Oh,
it's
funny.
literally the exact same.
Yeah. So they've done a really great job at
most
like their
unserious-
show, because that just shows that they've got the right concept for their campaign, because they can generate hundreds of ideas in English. And then that translates into Portuguese for Brazil and Arabic for like the Arab Duolingo. But it also isn't the exact same. Like it's the same personality and characteristics, but it's still tailored to the
that
audience.
region. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they have like jokes that you'd only get in that region, but it
Yes.
still works with their campaign.
Yeah.
So they've clearly nailed that.
And I feel like their jokes also work for people that like you don't have to be like proficient at that language. You could be like learning that language and you'd still relate to some of the memes that come from there.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Like, and ties back into the app and making it fun to learn languages.
Yeah.
So once you've got the big idea and the campaign, then you have to think about cadence. And there's two approaches, quality or quantity.
Yep.
And at Taz, we think that quantity leads to quality. So the more content that you put out, the better you get at making content. Therefore, you can slowly reduce the amount of content you're putting out. So like earlier this year, we would post 10 TikToks a day.
Yep.
Now we post like 2 to 3 and
Yep.
we're getting the same viewership
Yep.
because that taught us how to make quality content. So that's the approach that I would recommend to most people, but it's like people are time poor, especially small business owners. So it's completely understandable when people don't have the capacity to do that. But if you're putting out less content, like posting 3 times a week, for example, you just have to really focus on that quality.
Yeah. Especially like when you're starting out, like you almost want to fail fast, or you want to find out what would work and what doesn't work fast.
For sure.
Okay, I should take my own advice, but
You
like
should.
this is like, yeah, if you post 3 videos a day, that's like 21 videos a week, as opposed to like 3 videos a week.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out which of these 21 videos worked,
Yeah.
and you could like
Exactly.
extrapolate on those ones.
Yeah, you still have to put some effort into the
Yeah, for
content,
sure.
right? Like you can't just post like 3-second clips and expect to learn anything from that, or like just post similar videos, like for the whole 10 TikToks, for example,
Yeah.
post like the similar style. So there still has to be some effort put into that content to make it enjoyable to watch to the viewer, at least. But it can sit in that like lo-fi realm of content, very like organic iPhone style.
Yep.
But yeah, that's not to say that if you post 10 TikToks and they're shitty, you're going to learn, because if you're just posting bad content, period,
Yeah.
you won't. But it is a good approach to like learn quickly what your audience wants to watch. Like all of the big TikTokers, the ones that have like millions upon millions of followers now, either started at a really perfect time where it was like super easy to go viral, or they posted it at least 7 times a day, like to get in front of the right people.
A
and
lot of
just
them
figure
still
that
do
out.
it to this day. Like they'd have
Yeah.
a random TikTok would have like 11 million followers,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd post like 8 videos in like a 24-hour period,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
It's
But
crazy.
they've got to the point where they know what works so well, so that
Mm-hmm.
whatever they throw, it like what it seems like whatever they throw at the wall kind of sticks,
Yeah.
because they've like exercised that muscle so well that
100%.
like
Yeah.
it just sticks.
Gets to a point where like every video is a banger, which is the
Yeah.
goal.
And then how to drive traffic to your page, arguably the harder part of the equation.
Yep. Especially
Um,
organically. Obviously, this does not apply to paid ads. Like, if you want to put
Yep.
money behind your content, then that's going to drive the traffic. But organically, it's making good content, and that's really subjective. Like, the term "good
Yep.
content" is really subjective, and there isn't necessarily like a playbook that you can refer your content to and know like that it's perfect and it's going to go viral. That's why the quantity approach is so good,
Yeah.
because it teaches you what good content means specifically for your audience and your brand. Because we have we can have similar audiences, but like your audience is so unique to you and your account and your brand. So learning how to make good content is the hardest part. And then once you've got that, it's about consistency. So once you've got a style nailed, a style that is garnering engagement, then it's about consistently
and even
consistency and doing that over
I'd
and over
say
and over.
like consistency with your cadence as well.
Yeah.
Like Joni didn't make 10 TikToks a day for 1 week.
No.
She did it for like
she did it for months.
10 weeks or something.
Yeah. So I think that the cadence, you need to stick to the cadence regardless. And then what's actually going to drive the engagement is when the content is right.
Yeah.
But I think in that article, Stan says that if you're getting at least 1% engagement compared to your following, is that right?
If you're getting over 1% engagement, you could confidently keep posting until you start to see results.
Yeah.
Anything under that, you need to revise and tweak.
That's 1% of the viewership on that particular piece
Video?
of content, not the following. So if you're getting at least 1% engagement, that's an indicator to you that the content has some value and that some people are enjoying watching the content. And that's when you need to double down, keep making more content. And social platforms favor consistency and cadence, like sticking to your cadence. And the more you post, the more the algorithm will push your content to try and find the right audience.
And then the final thing that Stan mentioned was just keeping things simple. Like especially like with your campaign, like your storylines, the more complicated it gets, the more you lose your audience.
Yeah.
So the more, just like strip it back to the simplest form of what that story is.
Yeah.
Like something happens, good consequences, bad consequences, kind of thing, and just like keep it there.
Yeah,
because that's kind of
simple, especially short form. Like you literally have like 1 minute. Well, actually, you have a couple of seconds at the beginning of the video to capture attention, and then people still have a short attention span when they're watching your video. Like if you look at the retention graph on most short form content, it literally falls off. So it's great to keep your content simple to keep your audience engaged, but not only that, the simpler your concept is to execute on, the more consistent you'll be and the easier it will be for you to make content. Because the easier it is, the better it is. Like people always underestimate how hard it is to be consistent on social media.
And I know it firsthand. I tried to do the whole day 1 of day 2, day 3, and I stopped at like day 45. But
45 is pretty impressive. But
I still had another 45 days to go. It's okay though. It's okay. We'll be back one day. Follow my TikTok, everybody. But no, if you follow all these rules, I think you have like a pretty you can like easily start off with the right foot. Again, and it's all kind of in chronological order. You kind of just have to get your brand positioning right and then go from there. Like you can't,
for sure.
Like you can't go about your campaign without figuring out what your brand positioning is.
Yeah. The hardest part is brand positioning, and then figuring out the whole thing's hard. Let's be real. Figuring out your brand positioning, and then figuring out the right campaign. And then figuring out how to make the content good. Don't let that deter you. You just got to stick to it.
It's not easy. It's simple. All right. Okay. Next up, LG. Dude, I haven't heard of that word in so long. LG,
LG.
like that.
Yeah.
That two letters. They created a reality show, which is this is news to me actually. Like
Same.
I did
So,
not know they did
yeah.
that. They
Which-
made a show called State of Survival. They basically shoved 8 strangers in a stripped down house with like almost damn near no furniture, no appliances,
Mhm.
and they're going through challenges to get back those appliances, and
Yeah.
then the grand winner wins $100,000.
This is the sickest campaign that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I love reality TV
Yep.
so much. Like, that's my shit. And as well as that, brands need to stop making content about their products. Like,
Yep.
I don't know how much more that needs to be reiterated, but no one opens social media to look at pictures of your products, videos of your products. And I always say this to people, like, to focus on making content that's like related to your niche or
Yeah.
related to a dynamic that's super relatable to an audience.
Yeah, I feel like you almost want to have your product as an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like when I think Duolingo, like they're never really pushing their app.
Exactly. Like their owl is like that character is the
Yeah.
primary association that you have with their social media and not the app.
Yeah.
So I think that creating a reality TV that's centered around people and already a format that's proven successful, like reality TV already has like an exact format that they can follow
Yeah.
in terms of how to structure the
Yeah.
content. And not centering your product, centering the people, and then having the people compete to win your products. Like, this is actually genius
Yeah.
marketing. Someone give an award
Yeah.
to the marketing
And
manager
is-
or whoever thought of this.
And especially like just because like a lot of, or like most appliances are almost necessities in this day and
Mhm.
age. So like you already make your product look like it's such a need,
Yeah.
not a want.
Exactly.
With like, especially when you take it away for people that were like used to having those kind of things for like their whole lifetime.
Yeah.
You suddenly take that away.
Literally
And
never lived without a fridge.
yeah.
Never lived without a washing machine.
Yeah.
And it not only positions their product as a need, it also is going to make great content, because imagine living without those appliances. Like, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be entertaining for an audience to watch.
Yeah.
So,
And I think there's
genius.
like there's almost like a cult of like audiences that love eating up like reality TV show.
Yeah,
Like when people get invested, it's game over.
it's me.
Yeah.
Hello. Like, I am the target
Yeah.
audience. Like, I love reality TV. I'll watch damn near any reality TV show you put in front of me. I personally think it's the smartest people watch reality TV, because you're like analyzing human behavior
Yeah.
as you are entertained.
Yeah. It's like damn near psychological.
Exactly. It's sociology. Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm the target audience. And as someone who regularly watches reality TV, you've already sold me.
Yeah.
Like, I would watch that regardless if it was sponsored by LG or if it was just something that was put on Netflix.
Mm.
And that's really smart move on their part as well. Instead of going out and sponsoring a reality TV show that
Yeah.
already exists, they've gone and created their own, and they've not centered themselves in the show, so
Yeah.
it has the same effect
Yeah.
as if they were sponsoring a show.
Yeah. I'd actually be down to like give the first episode a go just to like see what it would be like,
Mhm.
because I feel like it's a fine line. Like you don't want it to be super in your face, LG,
Yeah.
right? But because I feel like that would piss a lot of people off. That would push a lot of people off from
Yeah.
taking it as a, like you almost want the LG to be a product placement, even though they've
Yeah.
made the show.
100%. They're
know?
like, yeah, we're praising them, but they haven't actually executed on this yet. I don't think it's launched. The trailer's currently up on
Yeah.
the LG YouTube channel. But the way that they execute on this concept is going to make or break
Yep.
if this is a successful campaign. Because if they center the product in the show instead of the people, it's just not
Yeah.
going to bode well with
Yeah,
an
it's not gonna
audience.
fly.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is that like there's low key there's like a tiny bit of charm that LG is coming out saying that like they're behind the show.
There's a tiny bit of what?
A charm.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit charming that
Yeah.
LG are being like almost damn near transparent about like, oh, we did make the
Yes.
show. It's not like they're being sneaky about it. So
Yeah.
like when you're going in, if you know this piece of information, you're not gonna be like too disappointed.
Yes. It's
Like
not going to be like, oh, hello, ad
yeah,
placement. Like, for example, Married at First Sight
yeah,
have such obvious sponsor placements in their show. It's like DoorDash, like red bag,
yeah,
like held in front of the camera. Like, I'm just going to get my dinner.
yeah,
And then it's kind of off putting
yeah,
because it's so in your face.
yep,
But if you knew going into the show
yeah,
that it was sponsored by DoorDash or
yeah,
created by DoorDash in partnership with DoorDash, it wouldn't feel as salesy
yep,
because of that transparency. So it's a great move on LG for the mindset of the viewer going into the viewing of this show. And then also to get people talking about the campaign
yeah,
before it even starts. Like here we are sitting in a podcast talking about their campaign
yeah,
that hasn't even launched yet.
yeah.
Like they've just put the trailer out. So it's a great play on their end for the launch of the show.
I do hope it works out. It does feel super risky. Like
Mhm.
the budget for a reality show is probably 10 times more than like it would be for like a regular like ad campaign.
Yeah, and the prize is 100K as well. But
Yeah,
you'd be surprised, like these large corporations spend a bank on paid advertising.
yeah,
So, yeah, it's risky because it's not something that we see regularly done.
yeah,
But I think making shitty content that no one wants to watch is more risky than trying something that's already proven to be successful,
yeah.
like in reality TV. But you're right, just because it's not something that's commonly done, it is a risk for them because of the money that they're putting behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, yeah, like, especially, I can't think of an example of something similar to this.
Mm.
Like, I've never heard of a TV show or a reality TV show that's made from the product
Yeah.
that's just trying to feature the product as much as they can.
Yes.
Like, have you heard of?
Nah, I
oh,
don't think so. Like all of the shows, reality TV that I watch are sponsored by a brand, but not created
Yep.
by a brand. Like, yeah, there's product placement here and there, but it hasn't actually been produced
Yeah.
by the brand. So definitely something new. And if they execute on it successfully, I think that it'll become more of a common thing.
Yep.
Especially for those boring brands that
Yeah.
sell like fridges and washing machines and products that are quite difficult to market in an entertaining way.
Yeah. They do the article does say that 2 episodes are out right now.
Oh,
So
my
I
bad.
guess yeah, we'd have to give that a watch maybe. I don't know. I think like especially if the episodes come out weekly, I'm trying to see like where it's going
Where
to be
does
featured.
it air? Because
Is
I
it on
checked their
YouTube?
YouTube and there was only a trailer there. So
Let's see their YouTube real quick. Oh, just a trailer.
yeah.
Dinner survival. Huh. I don't know. Guess we'll have to find out. Oh, on
Yeah.
Prime Video. Prime Video.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, we'll have to go watch.
Yeah.
That's also really cool. That's actually on a
Yeah,
streaming service.
it got picked up by a streaming service.
Not on YouTube. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be aired on YouTube. So let's.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see like if the episodes. I'm assuming the episodes do come out weekly or like in a certain increment.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to see what the like conversation on X or Twitter would be, because that's usually like when you know like a show is successful or like it's going well.
Yep.
Like a Love Island, the second the episode airs, the next 24 hours is just all
Yeah.
report about that
There's
episode,
conversation.
those moments.
Yeah.
So it's just about I guess like
That's
making sure
so true.
making sure the moments are picked pretty well.
Yep.
It's such I don't know. It's not like it is still a high risk, but it's just like you wanna hope that the people there are gonna carry the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to have strong
Yeah.
enough personalities.
Casting so important
Yeah.
for any reality TV kind of show.
Yeah.
'Cause they literally make or break
Yeah.
the content. Like I just finished watching Love Island USA and it's the most viewed reality TV show like I think ever in the US.
The most recent one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was like typically I watch Love Island UK,
Yeah.
but I gave the US show a try and it's so good.
Yeah.
They've done such a good job with the cast.
Yeah.
Like nothing about the show was significantly different from past
Yeah.
seasons. They had like a few more challenges that they clearly had a bigger budget for and they like executed on the dates like with a big budget, but that's not
Yeah.
why people are watching.
No.
People aren't watching because they get more extravagant
Yeah.
dates on this season. They're
It's
watching
for the
because of the
characters.
cast.
Yeah.
And the cast, like, honestly, chef's kiss, like, I would love to meet the casting
Yeah.
manager because they've done so good.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder where they find them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully LG's done something similar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only 6 episodes though, so that's pretty,
Yeah.
I don't know, interesting.
That's pretty smart as well. Like,
Yeah. Just
they
like
can't just make like a 30 episode
see if it works
season.
out and then you can like
Yeah.
run it back.
For sure.
Yeah. LG, best of luck.
Good luck.
Sponsor us if you want
besties.
to as well. Like we're still also looking for a sponsor for YAP. With that being said, we're out of time for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the YAP podcast. Search YAP podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts. Your attention, please. Subscribe to the newsletter. Just Google it. We're up there now.
Refer us to a friend. Send
Yeah.
the news, no, not the newsletter, the podcast. Send the newsletter as well.
Yeah.
But like, help Abdal out,
Yes,
guys. Send the
please.
podcast to your friends.
Guys, I doubt anybody's made it to this
Watch
point.
out. Watch
Um,
our long form.
Yeah. But no, Laura, thanks so much for joining us today. Do you have any
Thanks for
final
having
words?
me. Nah.
Okay. With that
See
being
you
said,
next
see you
time.
tomorrow. Bye.